Hey everyone, gather around because tonight I've got a story that still sends shivers down my spine. It's about a doll, a seemingly innocent object that turned my life into a living nightmare. Trust me, after you hear this, you'll think twice before bringing anything old into your home. It all started a few years ago. I've always been drawn to antique shops. There's something about the history, the stories these objects hold. One afternoon, while browsing through a dusty old shop, I saw her. She was sitting on a high shelf, almost hidden in the shadows. An old porcelain doll with piercing blue eyes and a faded dress. I don't know what it was about her, but I felt an immediate pull, like she was calling out to me. I asked the shop owner about her, and he seemed hesitant to sell her. He mumbled something about her being trouble and that she had been sitting on that shelf for decades, untouched. Of course, that only piqued my curiosity further. After a bit of haggling and ignoring his warnings, I bought her. Looking back, that was my first mistake. I brought her home and placed her on a shelf in my bedroom. She was beautiful, in a creepy, unsettling way. For the first few days, nothing happened. I'd catch myself staring at her. Those blue eyes seemed to follow me around the room. I tried to shrug it off. Just my imagination, I told myself. But then things started to get weird. It started small. Things would move around my room when I wasn't there. A book would be on the floor when I knew I'd left it on my desk. A picture frame would be slightly askew. I chalked it up to my forgetfulness, being absent-minded. Then, one night, I woke up to a strange sound, a soft, rhythmic creaking. I sat up in bed, my heart pounding. The room was dark, but I could make out the doll sitting on the shelf. And that's when I saw it. Or at least, I thought I saw it. The doll blinked. Just a slow, deliberate blink. I froze. I blinked myself, rubbed my eyes, convinced I was dreaming. But when I looked again, her eyes were wide open, staring right at me. "No way," I whispered. "This can't be happening." I turned on the light and everything seemed normal. The doll was just sitting there, lifeless. But I knew what I had seen. After that night, things escalated quickly. The noises got louder, more frequent. I'd hear whispers in the middle of the night, just barely audible. The temperature in my room would drop suddenly, and every time I looked at the doll, I felt like I was being watched. Like those eyes were boring into my soul. It was always worse when I turned away. That's when things would happen. I'd catch a glimpse of movement from the corner of my eye, a flicker, a shift. And every time I turned back, she was still innocent. But I knew. One evening, I decided to do some research. I wanted to know more about the doll, about its history. I went back to the antique shop, hoping the owner could tell me more. When I described the doll, his face paled. He reluctantly told me a story about a little girl who had died tragically in the late 1800s. The doll had been her favorite toy, and it was said that the girl's spirit had become attached to it. "Some things are better left untouched," he said, his voice trembling. "Get rid of it." His words confirmed my worst fears. I knew I had to get rid of the doll, but I didn't know how. I tried throwing it away, but it always reappeared in my room. I tried burning it, but the flames wouldn't touch it. It was like the doll was cursed, bound to me. Some things just don't want to be gone. Desperate, I contacted a paranormal investigator. When she came to my house, she immediately sensed the negative energy surrounding the doll. She told me that the girl's spirit was restless, angry. It needed to be released. The investigator performed a ritual, a cleansing ceremony to try and free the spirit. It was intense. The room grew cold, the air crackled with energy. The doll seemed to vibrate on the shelf. Finally, after what felt like hours, the room grew still. The investigator told me that the spirit was gone, finally at peace. I wanted to believe her, but even after the ritual, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I kept the doll, but I locked it away in a box in the attic. I couldn't bring myself to destroy it, but I couldn't bear to look at it either. Better safe than sorry. To this day, I still get chills when I think about that doll. I still have nightmares. And sometimes, late at night, I swear I can hear a faint creaking coming from the attic. Maybe the spirit is gone, maybe it's not. But one thing is for sure, I'll never bring another antique into my house again. So that's my story. A chilling reminder that some things are best left in the past.